May 23rd, 2023. You guessed it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Something very strange is going on around the world. All of a sudden, we're going to send F-16s. We haven't reached the debt ceiling agreement yet. Congress and everything's fixing to go on break for the holiday. And they hand out satellite phones to Congress and requiring them to keep them on them at all times. Somewhere around 50 of them agreed to get them. What's going on here? It's almost like they expect something to happen pretty soon, doesn't it? I've told you this has got to speed up. Eventually the ball rolling down the hill gets going faster and faster and faster, and you can't stop it, right? This F-16 deal going to over there, after being told that would be essentially us at war with Russia, but now it's okay to send them. The tanks are the same issue, but yet you have Russia sitting over not retaliating for all the things that's happened over there, as far as the pipeline, the bridge, the air base strike that was damaged some of their nuclear bombers, the Kremlin assassination attempt with a drone, which I don't know much about that. I'm sure most of y'all watched some videos on that. But it's almost like they're starting to let things out a little bit, right? That, hey, something's coming, because people already forget that they did they put signs and stuff up in New York and New Jersey about how to shelter in place and things like that during a nuclear attack. Now, I've told you I don't see a use of a nuclear weapon right now. I don't see it, because, I mean, that's not saying you couldn't have some crazy person push a button, right? But they know something we don't. I've told you this is all planned out before we ever even know about it. It happens every day. Things that happen every day have been planned for a while that we never know about. And of course, they're trying to say that the satellite phones is to help with like the January 6th insurrection and what happened the other day at the, you know, with the bomber and the Nazi flag and the van type deal. But it's very strange. Something I noticed the other day, I watched a movie called Contagion. Some of y'all probably watched it and know exactly what I'm talking about. It come out, and then all of a sudden, what happened a couple years later? We had the pandemic, right? And if you watch that video, that movie, it's very, very similar to how the pandemic was. From where it started, from people claiming that certain stuff could work over other certain stuff, you know. People forget about this kind of stuff. What happened a couple years ago? Russia messed with our elections, right? And started, and now where are we at with Russia? It's almost like things are pre-planned and they're going as planned. Why does Congress need satellite phones, right? Well, to keep continuity of government is what they're saying. They also could use them to tell them, hey, something's coming, you need to get to your designated shelter in your area, right? Growing up around here, we had maybe 2 nuclear designated areas. One was at a local courthouse in the basement, which was also the jail. And we had a cave, which is now privately owned by a family. It's not open to the public anymore. It used to be open to the public. So I think they see something coming. They know something's coming. But I firmly believe they will not warn us. I've told you before, let's say a nuclear warhead was on the way to the United States. Think about that. Would they come on and tell all of the United States what was going on? No, because they wouldn't want to cause a mass panic during that time. They may give you a 5-minute warning where there's nothing you can do, right? Where if you're in that area where it's coming, that's just it. You know, you got to wait and see what happens. I believe that's how it'll be. You have people telling you that you need communications. We've told you you need communications after a SHTF event, right? One thing you got to understand, we have ham radios, we have walkie-talkies here, but the government will take over them channels after an event like that. About all you could do maybe is listen to them. Something very strange is going on. I never say this. Y'all know I'm not a doom and gloomer. I don't come on here to scare you. But too many things are starting to line up right now. Too many things are lining up. Satellite phones, we're sending F-16s. You've got an attack inside of Russia yesterday or 2 days ago, basically, with Russia time. And of course, Ukraine's saying they're not behind it. I don't know what's coming. Is it a nuclear weapon? I don't know. I'm thinking more along the lines of maybe some kind of hack that will shut down our power grids, our communications, and things like that. Because if once you launch a nuclear weapon, I would think everybody would start use them or lose them type deal, right? Some people say that won't happen, but I don't know. Something's just very strange going on. I'm sure some of y'all see it too. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but everything is starting to fall in line for the Great Reset, right? The satellite phone deal's got me really confused. The F-16s has me confused. How all of a sudden that's not an offensive weapon. The perfect example I can give you of this would be like telling someone that they can't do something, but yet you give them the means to do it, and then when they do it, you say, well, that's on them, right? We told them not to do it, but we just gave them the stuff to do it. Do you honestly think Ukraine can launch these F-16s from their air bases in Ukraine? They can't. They're going to have to come from another country. They're going to have to come out of another country. Probably Poland. Where do we have our airborne? Right? Poland. Guys, all this stuff is starting to line up. I've told you I firmly believe we will be in this war physically by the end of the year. 18 months max, we'll be in it. But what's your thoughts on this? Do you think something strange is going on where the government knows what's coming and they're just not telling us? Because, like I said, they're saying the satellite phones are for emergency stuff, you know, like the January 6th insurrection or things like that. But you're also having all these cities that are starting to do nuclear drills. They're starting to do, you know, putting posters up warning you and telling you how to handle a nuclear situation, how to shelter in place or where you need to go, how this or that, right? I'm 46. I wasn't part of the duck and cover people. But let me know your thoughts on this. Comment. Guys, keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings all the time. Protect yourself and your family at all times. If you're still watching, hit that subscribe button.